Panel. Today we've got clinical psychologist Judy Ho, author Deneen Milner, and attorney Janet Johnson. Thank you all ladies for being with
Guilty.
But Judy, what do you say to that? If jurors are sitting there listening to that, I mean, you run the risk of a juror saying, oh, well, she had an affair. There was a lot more going on than we thought. Or do a lot of them see through a tactic like this?
Well, absolutely. I think, definitely by putting the affair out there, he's putting some of the blame on her and the fact that she wasn't this extremely moral person. And I feel like it's a little bit like the Jodi Arias trial where, Travis isn't around to defend himself, and so he is allowed to do this. At the same time, CCAT is owning up to a couple of things about himself that also helps the jurors to say, okay, well, you know what, he is being kind of fair. He's saying that he said some really, really nasty things to her, and he's not perfect. And actually, that has the psychological effect of making the jurors think that he's a more credible witness and that his testimony is actually more accurate.
Boy, I think it just depends on who, it depends on who's hearing this and what their background is, because jurors bring their own experiences into all of this. Judy, do you recognize that he is in some capacity a professional testifier because of his job, his position, and do you think he's doing a pretty good job on the stand?
Well, I think he has a lot of expert knowledge that most people wouldn't have access to, and he's unfolding this in a very methodical, logical, planned out way. I mean, just even his demeanor on the stand. I mean, I know we can't see his face, and again, that's his choice. He's hiding something, we don't know what it is, and he's trying to unfold this in a very dramatic, very thought out process. And I think he's really reeling everybody in that way. And at the same time, he's had time to think about his testimony. He's really had time to really plan out piece by piece how he's going to divvy out this information. And so it's really tough, just even hearing the audio, I really just get the sense that this whole thing is planned, and he does have access to all this information that most of us don't, when we come to a testimony. Right.